What's going on YouTube? This is Laron. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I give out different tech tips or any kind of tech information. So that's what my channel is all about, trying to help out people understand a little bit more technology, a little bit more better and make it as simple as understand. But today's video is a little different. Today I'm doing like a little retro throwback tech video. So for my generation, we grew up on something called the Nintendo. You may have heard of it. So it's going to be about the NES Classic, which literally came out about 4 or 5 years ago, somewhere around there. So Nintendo, unfortunately, is no longer selling it. So if you did want to pick up one, you probably have to get on eBay, a third-party market, or maybe your local old school retro video game store. So why is the Nintendo a big deal? The original Nintendo, it was pretty much a big major part of my childhood. You know, I loved playing it. I played it for hours after school, after I did my homework. Come from school, do my homework, then hop on the Nintendo. Me, my family, all my friends would be over. We would play games like Techmo Bowl, Double Dribble, Double Dragon, Contra, Bionic Commando, Legend of Zelda, and of course Super Mario Brothers. You know, that was my favorite as a kid. So I was lucky enough to pick up one of these, the NES Classic, and from Best Buy. I got it from Best Buy when it first went on sale. I just happened to be, I wasn't actually looking for it actually. I just happened to be rolling in there to pick up something else and I just happened to see it. So yeah, I gotta pick it up. So so I'm just gonna do a quick unboxing here. I know it's like 4 years old, 5 years old now, but I'm gonna go ahead and unbox it for you guys anyway because I literally just put it back in the box because I don't really get to play as much as I would like. So I'm gonna show you all guys what it comes with. So it comes with the charger, USB charger, well not USB charger, but yeah, well actually yeah, USB charger with a cable. Here's a USB cable that it comes with, included with it. But since I have so many USB cables, so many chargers, I just never really open these because I got so many of them laying around, so I just pretty much use whatever I'm already using. And it comes with the classic Nintendo controller. And this thing, you know, used to play hours and hours on this little bitty thing. It only has two buttons. For those who grew up with it, A and B, start, select, and the D-pad or directional pad. This was all you needed back then. Nowadays, you know, PlayStation controller got thumbsticks, thumbnail, digital sticks, buttons, 4 or 5 buttons, etc. So, and the last but definitely not least is the system itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it, open it up for you guys. And it literally, what it says is it's a mini version of the Nintendo Entertainment System. You have your power button, reset button. Unfortunately, this doesn't open up. It would be nice touch if it did. And the little controller ports. They're a little different than the original Nintendo, but that's it. Back, the power button, the power cable rather goes there, and of course the HDMI cable. Back then we had analog video. Oh, actually a RF switch. You know, you would screw it on the back of the TV. And you would put it on channel 3 to play it. So we didn't know nothing like HDMI or high definition graphics back then, but it was still fun. We didn't think nothing of it back then. It was all great and mind blowing to us. So yeah, I was looking at it, even when it first came out, these were even harder to get than I would say the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X or that system back when they first came out. I say it's really sad Nintendo's no longer selling these. And if you can't get one, I did look on eBay. Others, you can still get one for the normal price, but they're selling them for like double the retail price. I think I paid like $70 for this. When I originally got it from Best Buy 4 years ago or 5 years ago, whatever the case may be. So I got a chance to play with it, relive some of my childhood memories, going through Super Mario Brothers, going through Ninja Games, Contra. You know, it just brought everything back. The games played wonderful. They played just like I remember them playing. But it has been quite a long time, so Ninja Gaiden kind of kicked my butt a little bit. Not as good at video games as I used to be. I still like to play, but work, family life, you know, I really don't get the game as much as I would like to or used to. But I still enjoy it from time to time. And when I'm feeling nostalgic, feeling old school, just go ahead and take this out the box, plug it up to my TV. So, is it had it not been for Nintendo? Why is Nintendo so important? Well, if you don't know the history of video games, Atari was another system that came out prior to Nintendo, around 70, late 70s, 78, 79. You know, I was just barely born in when Atari first came out, but I did have one when I got a little older. when I got a little older, like 6, 7 years old, something like that. But it caused a video game crash. Video games were pretty much done at that point. At least the home video game systems were. But Nintendo came back in the late '80s, '85, I think, mid '80s, '85, I think. Don't remember the exact year, but let's just say '85. And they brought the home video game industry back to life. So had it not been for Nintendo, we may not have a Sega, which no longer makes consoles, unfortunately. They also have a classic system themselves, but I haven't picked that up yet. Unsure if I will or won't. I was more into Nintendo back then, but I did like Sega too for their sports games primarily, mostly games like Sonic and Golden Axe. But primarily, I was a Nintendo kid growing up, and so if it wasn't for Nintendo, we may not even have a PlayStation or Xbox today. You know, they borrow so many things from Nintendo. The layout of the controllers is pretty much like the Super Nintendo controller, which I do have an SNES Classic. I'll do another video about that another time. I'll upload that one as well. But yeah, if it wasn't for Nintendo, we probably games may but not be where they are today. So, is it still worth buying and picking up in 2021? Like I said, Nintendo's no longer selling these, so if you do get one, you have to get it from eBay or somewhere like eBay. Maybe Amazon has some, or you have to maybe check with your local video game store. You may be able to pick up an original Nintendo at your local video game store who still sells retro consoles. But if you're still a gamer like me, or you're just older and like old school games, you don't like all the newer games, you don't like all the newer technology, because newer games can be kind of complicated, especially games like Madden, sports games, fighting games. I pretty much gave up on them pretty much, so I just pretty much play single player games now when I have the time. But if you like old school games, or you just feeling nostalgic or old school one day, I think it's still a pretty good system to pick up even in 2021. Or if you're not into all the fancy graphics of the new systems, or you don't really care about all that type of stuff, and you still like to play the games, just like maybe you don't like to play new games, maybe you like the old school or something simple, then I would say go ahead and if you can still find one somewhere, pick up a Nintendo NES Classic. Um, so what else is looking at my notes here. So what do you get? What all comes on the Nintendo Classic besides you get 30 games with it? Games like Super Mario Brothers, Contra, Ninja Gaiden, Kirby, and other games on there. I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but you get 30 games on it. Unfortunately, there's no online connection, so it's truly retro. So there's no online connection, so you can't download new games onto it. What the games that's on it is pretty much the games that's come with, and that's it. Now, if you really truly wanted to add more games to it, you can hack it. That's not something I'm planning on doing with mine. I really don't care. I'm not into the hacking thing anymore. I used to be a few years ago, but just rather not do it anymore. But there's plenty of other YouTubes if you did want to hack and add more games. There's plenty of other YouTube videos out there that will show you how you can add more games in Nintendo Classic if that's something that you want to do. But I'm just not going to talk about that part of it anyway. So overall, I still think it's a great system to pick up. It still has some great games. If you ever get the urge to go back to old school video games, or you're just feeling nostalgic, or maybe you want to share it with your kids, you had children, you want to show them what you grew up playing, and show them some of the classic games that we came up on. They might laugh at them a little bit because it's nowhere near. They don't look nowhere near as good as the new game systems do, or new video games do. Games like Uncharted, God of War, which are some of my favorite games on PlayStation, or Halo, or Gears of War. So they might laugh at it a little bit if you show it to them, but they may also enjoy it. So you never know. I think it's still a pretty good system to pick up for old school gamers out there like me. I'm in my 40s now, so if you 40 up or maybe 30 and up, so you remember playing Nintendo as a kid, then you might want to pick it up just for the heck of it. Or if you just want to get to that old school classic mood, bring back some childhood memories like I do, then yeah, I would say go ahead and pick it up. So that's it. That's all I want to talk about today, just the Nintendo Classic or the NES Classic Mini. I will be doing another video about the Super Nintendo Classic Mini, which I also have that. I was also looking to pick up one, looking for it. Just happened to be strolling through Best Buy yet again, and it was there for pickup, so I just picked it up. And that one was $10 more than NES Classic, so that one's like 70, $80. The Classic, the Nintendo Classic, I think it was like 60 or 70 or so. I don't remember how much I got it for because, like I said, it was a few years ago when they first came out. But yeah, I have that too, and I'll do an unboxing and show you a video guys on that one too as well. So, be on the lookout for that video. And if you enjoyed this content, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. I'm also looking to do more retro tech videos. I just found out Apple had an iPhone. I mean, not an iPhone, but a phone before the iPhone called the Apple Newton. So I'm going to look that up and see if I can get a video out there. We'll see what I can find out about it because I think that's very, very interesting that they had a new phone before the iPhone. And what it was pretty much a PDA type of device, if you remember those, way, way back then before. That was even before BlackBerry. So I'm looking to add more retro tech videos because I think old school tech is fascinating, interesting. But so keep on looking out stay tuned to my channel for those kind of videos too, for all you old school tech kids out there who might remember that type of stuff. So again, that's it. If you like this video and you enjoyed this kind of content, then don't forget to like the video. Don't like the video, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos and tech tips, tech news, tech information, things of that nature. So that's it. That's all I got for now. Bye for now. See you in the next video.